We're
Good.
muted.
There
Sorry.
you go. Okay, good.
Oops.
Well, good.
It's-
Because you
yeah.
could avoid the...
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So hi.
Hi.
If you've been waiting, sorry to keep you waiting. We have been battling the technology.
Yeah, like crazy. We had to shut the stream down and start it back up. Good to see you, whoever's here. Put yourself up in the chat if you're able to and want to make yourself known. That'd be cool. Remember, subscribe. Please, please, please subscribe. Like the videos. Check out the other live stream replays.
Leave a comment,
Yeah,
any comment.
comments.
If there's something you want us to cover, if you have a question, and always, 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 if you think we got something wrong, we are not beyond learning. That is the thing we both do the best, to be honest with you. We are both learners. And so we know things are changing, and there's more than one way to draw a square, as long as it has 4 right angles. Correct?
Oh, just heard from the sound guy. Yes, correct. I'm sorry. I just heard from the sound guy that we sound good. And
our audio guy?
Yeah, that was the second one on there. Oh. That's pretty cool. Nice job.
Thanks for being on here, audio guy.
Yeah, that was cool.
Maybe he got the notification. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
Great. All right. Well, we have a show for you all today, and we actually did a bonus show. I don't know if you know this. Well, you do, but other people may not know that we did a bonus show this week. 7/10, July 10th, because 7/10
is National Dab Day.
Right. As of 2018.
No. 2011.
Oh, 11.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. 2011.
That was a long time. We're talking. That's 13 years ago.
I guess.
Yeah. So
anyway, if
it
you
was
write
a celebration.
The date 710. It says oil. And
upside
that's where
down. You have to check out the replay of the stream that we did
the last stream ago. Our 710 stream.
Are you ready?
I am, if you're ready.
All right. So today's CEUs, I'm really, really, really excited about, because it's a theory and I did the scientific method and I feel that I have proven the theory. So I am like doing backflips. I will caveat that it's very difficult to get what we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about the entourage effect. A lot of people talk about the entourage effect and how you can get like,
what is it? Just to start with a definition. What is the entourage effect?
Let me do it this way. Let me share with you what.
Here, while you're sharing the thing.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
I know.
I have wicked dry mouth.
I know. Well, I'm here for you. All right. So we have a couple slides we want to share. Yeah, and they're being brought to us by whom?
Oh, right here. Oh, this one right here. Yeah. Sorry, my bad, dude.
We're getting there. Hey.
Okay. So these are the main active components of cannabis. Okay.
We'll leave the links for this in there. But as you can see at the bottom, the YouTube Marijuana Aware is where we're getting
this stuff from. They do bi-weekly webinars, which is really good. So these are the main active components of cannabis. You've got your cannabinoids, you've got your terpenes, and you've got these things called flavonoids. Flavonoids are compounds that contribute to the color, aroma, and taste of individual cannabis cultivars.
What?
Therapeutic properties contributed to flavonoids include antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and possible disease prevention.
Okay, so compounds that contribute to the color, aroma, and taste of individual cannabis
cultivars. Not quite sure what cultivars means.
Is that a real word?
I don't really know, but I'll tell you the flavonoid thing. All right, so
there's about 20 plus flavonoids. It's a whole different place to get into. We can go deeper
Correct.
there, but that's one of the main active compounds within the cannabis plant.
Correct.
Okay, so what else do we got?
Terpenes, right? I'm just going to go back up real quick.
Yep.
Terpenes are what we talked about last episode. Terpenes are those organic hydrocarbons, right? They give the cannabis strain its aroma and taste. And there's all kinds of compounding effects that these terpenes can give you. And then you have your cannabinoids, which is like your CBD, your THC, your CBG. There's all kinds of, CBC, CB, there's all these different types of cannabinoids. But the entourage effect is a theory that the synergy of compounds found in cannabis results in the enhanced efficiency of all compounds. So if you think about, like, I don't even know what you can liken it to. Essentially, the theory is that the cannabinoids and the terpenes and the flavonoids, they all kind of combine together in this synergy, and
it sounds all hocus pocusy, but really what we're trying to say is, you as the patient or as the consumer have a symptom that you're trying to help. And so if you can get the terpenes and the cannabinoids and the flavonoids all to factor into that symptom, your effects will be greater. They'll be longer. They'll be you'll get more antioxidant and anti-inflammatory and
correct,
all that stuff, and it works together within your cannabinoid system. It's kind of like
correct.
the holy grail. It's your goal.
It is. However, it's a theory. And the reason it's a theory is because many people really don't get the entourage effect. Because what you're saying is, you get your cannabinoids, your terpenes.
Don't get it, like they don't understand it, or it doesn't happen to them. It doesn't
happen to them.
Okay, so some people it happens to, and some people it doesn't.
No, let me explain. I'll get to that question. All okay. Right. So you have your cannabinoids, your terpenes, your flavonoids, right? Mm-hmm. So I forgot where I was, but so it all comes together. And what it does is the entourage theory is that it enhances the cannabinoids, it enhances the terpenes, it enhances the flavonoids, right? We know that when we ingest marijuana in some way or another, you're going to get cannabinoids, right? You're going to get THC or CBD or any of those different cannabinoids, right? Correct.
CBG.
Okay, CBG, those types of things. I'm going to go backwards this way. Flavonoids. When, Mrs. Weedley, when do you taste the weed? Like, when can you, if you're smoking it, when can you taste the weed?
Usually on exhale, or I taste it truthfully through my nose.
Through your nose, right?
Yeah.
So there's a smell aspect to it, right? Which is kind of terpene type stuff, but that's the flavonoids. The reason that you get it in your nose, and it's the flavonoids, right?
Yeah, and I'm not exhaling through my nose either.
Do you get that on the second and third and fourth hit?
Well, no, not
exactly.
Right.
So you get the
that's why we
flavonoids.
Talked about greens.
Correct.
That's why we leave the if we are smoking, that's why we light the bowl in like fourths or whatever. Correct. So that we can get some greens.
It's called cornering the bowl.
Is that a problem? I'm sorry.
No, it's not a problem.
Okay. We're just technology.
Oh my God, did that come up? Awesome.
No, well, I don't know. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Anywho, so you get the cannabinoids, right? The flavonoids you get on hit 1, right? All right, so now because you're not going to get them unless you corner the bowl really well, and you're able to, 4 people are able to get that flavonoid green hit. Is that agreeable? If
we're talking only about the administration being through inhaling and
correct.
Combustion.
Yes. Correct.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So the next thing we have is terpenes, and people sell terpenes, the idea of terpenes, like crazy. It's on the back of, it's on the back of the cards. It tells you what terpenes are in the strains, and people talk terpenes. that's all well and good. The only problem is that terpenes.
They're the first thing to burn off. Pretty much.
Exactly. And I was going to put up the boiling points of the terpenes.
No, we don't need to go that far.
So, but you did a perfect segue. So here's the thing. The only way you get the terpenes is by reintroducing them.
Or doing some type of method in which, when it was created, the terpenes were, what would be the word?
Infused.
Well, the terpenes would then be infused, but is there a way that the terpenes could be protected? Like, can you create something and an edible or something like that where it would be protected?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. But if you're going to burn it in any way or to vape it in any way, you'd have to add the terpenes back, right? In some way, you'd have to add them back.
But even then, does that work? Because if you add them back, don't you just burn it in the vape or what? I don't understand.
No. So I'm not quite sure how they do it in the vape, but if you're smoking cannabis, right?
Right.
We did dabs earlier.
Yeah.
The dab I smelled, I got pinene out of, right? I found a company that does incense sticks of the terpenes. So thereby I am reintroducing the terpenes into the setting where we are smoking. So therefore I'm getting the cannabinoids, the terpenes, and because it's dabbing, I'm getting the flavonoids.
Interesting.
And what happened was every single thing that was supposed to, the effects that I was supposed to feel were amplified.
Well, you're going to have to do this a few times and
keep
track of it because
it was the coolest thing ever. However, I will say this is not the only way to do it. And it might not be good for you because you said that when I burned that incense.
Oh, I told you get that stuff out of the house. It was terrible. But it's not, it wasn't the smell. It's just that I'm very sensitive to so whatever chemicals were used, or I don't know, I'm gonna have to look into it. But the company that we use, I'm gonna have to look into, I guess is what I'm saying, because there was something in it that was bothersome to me. And actually this was hours and hours and hours ago. We left the house, and I still have the minimums of a migraine and my nose is still all
so maybe we can't do incense sticks for you. Maybe we have to do candles. The thing is that they're available.
Is that candles? So you're just suggesting that reintroducing the smell, the terpene, the smell will then give more of that entourage effect.
Correct.
And it's not necessarily that you need the terpene itself to be activated within you, because you don't need the terpene to be activated. You just need to smell it, because that's how we ingest the terpenes.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when you do a pen, if you think about a pen, usually the terpenes are added back in. The reason they're added back in is so that you get that flavor when you hit it. And the reason that they talk about terpenes and edibles is because you get the terpenes when you take the edibles.
Well, right, from the actual bud, or whatever way was the bud, the canna butter, or whatever strain. And it does taste like, if you can have, if you've ever had like a, I can always tell if it's purple. Like if it was made with, anyway, we can move on. But okay, so the entourage effect is the idea that cannabinoids, terpenes, and flavonoids all work together to enhance a specific symptom that you are trying to target. So I do believe that Mr. Reedley's was focus or something like that, and
there was things about anti-inflammatory. There were things that you didn't even know were going on. I'm so sorry that the incense hurt, but you weren't aware of the pain, the analgesic properties of what happened were incredible.
That you felt.
Yeah. I guarantee you had to feel them.
Well, we'll see.
It's interesting.
Right. So there's your CEUs.
Okay. So today's never have I ever is never have I ever put mulch in my plant. I'm growing
Cannabis.
cannabis.
Cannababies.
Yes. They are our cannababies.
And they require attention.
Right.
A good amount of attention. Like, I mean, for the growth cycle, you are making sure, like someone, I mean, we have dogs, so we can make sure someone else is here to help us if we leave, but otherwise we wouldn't be able to leave. Like, this is it's a whole thing, a humidity thing
people are
and a
going to have to
lighting
take
thing
care
and a
of
da
them
da da
while
da.
they're
This is
yeah.
not these are not just plants. These are
So the reason I say mulching is because it was never even galaxy universe for me. I had no idea you did this. But the reason you mulch is you keep the soil wet, but you also keep any of the bugs or the junk, you keep it up off the soil, and they don't have a place to lay their eggs.
And so therefore they don't get more. If you do get one or two of them in there, it helps.
Exactly.
So you have to keep the environment the way it needs to be for the plants. However, you're saying adding this little layer of mulch, what was suggested was adding that layer will keep whatever might slip in the tent, right?
Yes, exactly.
Whatever could possibly slip in, it will give enough of a barrier between that the whatever won't get to the pests. Interesting. Okay, so show us. So Mr. Weedley, I have to say I am so proud of him.
I know you are, but hang on one second. You might not be very happy with me.
Why?
Because I don't know that I have the hold on, I got to go to the website.
Yeah,
go ahead, talk for a second.
So we'll go to the website. That's why I want you to bring up the website. So we have a website. It is called usemybud.com. Very, very difficult. So remember, usemybud.com.
Okay.
And one of the things
I'm going to show this part. I don't have the oh, you know what I'll do? Okay. So just really quickly, this is our website.
Right.
This is what happened when
share it. There you go.
Just before what I'm going to show you next. So if you look, I had droopy leaves, then I was looking strong, then I thought I had spider mites.
All right, so every day, at least once a day, Mr. Weedley is going downstairs and looking at these plants. How many do we have now?
5.
We have 5 right now. And we know what they are because we know what we got them in, but they're just kind of like bonus. So we don't know if they're even female. We don't know.
Right. We don't know anything about them. We know the strain because of what we were smoking at the time when the seed came out.
Yep. And so this is day 30 we're on. Wow.
Day 30. Well, now we're on. So I'm behind.
Okay.
I'm behind 2 days. I very much apologize for being behind 2 days.
Oh, so you're going to give us a new picture.
So I'm going to give you 2 new pictures. And so you can see kind of what's going on right now. And so I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. So let me get the picture up for you. I'm sorry.
There you go. There they are right there.
Right there.
You should be able to select. Can you select copy both of them and bring them in?
No, I can do it easier like this. So I can go down, ski, and I can present, share screen, go window, go. Where's my?
I don't think so. Nope.
No?
Nope. You go. Nope.
You don't think that's it?
Nope.
I think that's it. It's sharing window. No, that's not it. You're right. Why can't I share my pictures?
You can.
So essentially, I thought I had spider mites. Spider mites are these things that they're little spiders that they get in and they multiply, and you get webs all over your plants and shit. Well, I found one web, and I kind of tweaked because I thought it was spider mites. So I went down to talk to the guys at the soil makers, and I said, I think I got spider mites. So I said, I found one web. He goes, that's probably just a regular spider. And he said, that's good. Spiders will eat the other little critters. And I said, okay. And then I have these little flies all flying around. I think they're called fungus gnats. And he goes, that's totally okay. It happens. Um, don't worry about it. What you got to do is you got to dry up the soil. So you can do a couple things. You can put sand on the top. You can do yada, 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 yada. And they said, or you could just mulch the top of it. So I was like, mulch the top of it. Interesting. So I decided to repot all of those plants into little pots. And right, isn't this is maddening, isn't it?
It is. Keep talking. You just
Okay.
keep
To the local whatchamacallit store. I don't even know what you call it. And I got a bag of mulch for $5.
soil store.
It was a soil store, sure.
That's what they specialize in,
yeah,
right?
It was like $5. Is awesome. And it's cedar, so you put it around the things and they smell really good. And it's so it's been a good experience repotting them. Last year, what I did was I found a couple seeds in what we were smoking and I germinated them. 2 plants came of it, and I just threw them in some soil. And
we didn't do too badly. I mean, now granted, for Christmas you did get a grow tent, so there isn't apparatus in our basement.
There it is, right there.
Yep, I can do it. Yep.
Okay,
keep talking.
So yes, there's a grow tent now in the basement, which I tried to grow last year, plants, and it was okay. I got it to flower. However, it was very light, wispy flowers that it ended up being green crack. Actually, it was some of the best weed I've ever smoked. It was really, really good. But it went really quickly because it was so
there wasn't a lot of it.
There's so little of it. But now I have a whole new thing. If you take a look at my blog, you'll see that I've trimmed it in spots so that if you trim it right in between the 2 shoots coming out, you can you snip it and then 2 more shoot out right where that one was. So it's like a no, it's got to be a window.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
All right. Check out the blog, I guess.
We'll have to put them on. I don't know why, but it's being exceptionally difficult at the moment.
Yeah, that is too bad. Yes, that is too bad. So check out the blog, because the blog will show you that, those little solo cup guys that maybe stayed in there a little bit long, got replanted into nice big pots. And I have 4 of them inside right now. I have 1 outside. So my blog is going to go, it's going to now split indoor versus outdoor.
Because this is the outdoor growing season, if there's going to be one.
Yep.
And so we'll show you what we're doing. We're not going to do too much outdoor stuff. We are looking at maybe a raised bed and putting them in a raised bed. And we are also thinking about putting, tomato fence or some kind of wiring around them. But we'll see.
Got to make sure that the deer don't get them in shit.
Make sure the dogs don't get it.
Yeah, so that would be the other one. Well, nobody's getting high until flowering season. Flowering season, I'll be out there like a ninja. Nobody touch it. Nobody touch it.
All right, and then we'll have the ones inside. So check that out. So never have I ever used mulch, and guess what? We'll let you know if it works, but it should help.
Yeah. Right. The symptom today is coughing.
Coughing.
Holy cow, coughing. What a great symptom. If you think about any time, I don't know, I guess there's been times that I haven't coughed, but pretty much every time I've inhaled marijuana, I think I have coughed. You cough like crazy the first time you do. That's kind of the funniest time. Because usually you cough and you're like, my throat's on fire. Ah!
And so this is how our brains are different, because I think a cough of someone who has a cough and would like to take advantage of cannabis, but they already have a cough or breathing challenges.
Oh,
And so that's what I was saying when I said a symptom as a cough.
okay. So now I ask you, smoking as far as combusting flower, is that a good way to relieve a cough?
Okay, so I think we need to be we always need to say, listen, we are not doctors.
Nope.
We are not even trained medical professionals. We have our own personal experience, and I can tell you what I know, but it's going to be different for every person. And there are some very serious breathing disorders out there. And
yeah, nobody's
if
saying
I
smoke a
knew,
joint to get rid of your cough.
if
Like,
if
that's
I
not a good idea.
knew a good practitioner who understood cannabis to send you to, I would. And that is my goal, is to start a list or a
network,
a resource of sorts. Because you know what, if you have COPD and you still have other, even with a COPD, you could find relief. It doesn't have to be smoked. So that's the first thing, is that when you have a cough, you don't have to inhale in order to get the effects of cannabis. And
correct.
We are this stuff is much more available to us these days. I would suggest that if you are having a cough, that some of the ways that are easiest to do this are to have tea, a tea bag that's been infused. To also, there's honey that is infused. Sometimes tinctures can also work.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
No. Oh,
bath bombs.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, so bath bombs are the single best product I have found for relieving any kind of inflammation in the body. Now, I don't know, but it would make sense if you were in the bath and you were breathing it in, that it would help with congestion or something. But I'm going to have to try that next time we're congested, because that could work. Now, hang on a second, because I think one of the things you said, as you said, is it always bad, the cough? And depending on like if it's a cold type cough, right? Not something that's a progressing
disease or like
or something,
a disorder of
right?
some sort.
Okay, so people with colds, like if you have the cold, you have the flu, right? They're just like with cold medicine. There's a time when there's certain cold medicines that or cough medicines that are going to make you suppress your cough. And there are certain cough medicines that are called expectorants. And what that means is that it helps you get what you need to get out of your lungs. So one of them is going to make you stop coughing. The other one's going to make you cough, but not just cough for no reason. It's going to make you cough in order to clear your lungs. And I would tell you that I personally have had many an experience where once I get to not the very beginnings of a cold, but once you're ready for that expectorant, that sometimes smoking is the single best thing I've found.
You induce the cough.
But at the same time, you induce the cough, and then there's all this anti-inflammatory type stuff that happens within your throat, within your bronchials, within all this stuff that happens because you've now inhaled it, and it's going to make you cough, but it's also going to help that cough be more productive. So,
and this is where the terpenes come into play, because that's what the anti-inflammatories, all those different things, the terpenes are what.
Well, they will help it. That's an added bonus, right?
You
are on the terpenes. Mr. Weedley is on a terpene kick. So, symptom talk is a cough. And the other thing I wanted to suggest, like you said, bath bombs. Sometimes they have slips that you can put like under your tongue, so it's not a tincture.
Sublingual.
So thank you, sublingual. And of course, there's always the suppositories, but there's also in some pharmacies now you can get patches that are transdermal patches. And so if that's something that would be then systemic within you, and so that might help you if your cough was something that you struggled with all the time,
Right.
that
like a COPD kind of thing.
Correct.
You could have a patch.
you might
that
would
might
help with the
with other
inflammation and
symptoms.
other stuff that would help you. But obviously talk to your doctor, and you know, don't do stupid stuff, guys. Just
So
stupid stuff.
can we, in the spirit of stupid stuff, maybe, can we talk about the other side of cough? So you got a cough maybe that you want because you want it to produce and expectorate. But what about the times when you smoke something and you cough and you can't stop?
Well, this is something you in particular are fond of.
Only because I cough sometimes and I can't stop. And I see it in other people all the time. So what do? You're coughing like crazy. How do you get yourself to stop? What are some of the things you do?
I don't generally have that problem.
Huh.
I mean, it's not that I don't cough, but I don't usually have like a coughing attack like you're talking about.
But you normally have a bottle of water or water.
I always have something to drink. Yeah.
So if you start coughing and drink, you're probably stopping yourself from coughing.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is my first point.
Okay.
Drink some water. So you're coughing like crazy. Drink some water. Not to the point where you're spitting the water everywhere.
Not cold water, not hot water. It like
just
really
regular,
just like room temperature water, because if you can get yourself to drink it, it'll stop your throat from spasming. And sometimes some people, it's just that throat spasm, I think, that just starts working and gets a little overzealous. Yeah,
I guess that was really my only point, was that if you can get something to stop the spasming, that's really what you got to do. Which comes into like DBT skills and stuff like that, which we could talk about DBT another time. No, I'm just totally kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how can you what what
that's a psychological rabbit hole that we could go down.
What? Okay,
but
so moving on, what's our next thing?
Nope. So I haven't gotten in trouble for using that yet. I think we're underneath the number of seconds. It's really only like 3 seconds.
Right.
But it is iconic, isn't it?
I love it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. You can use it for like 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not 10 seconds.
I might not be right on that though, but it's like around that. The 3 seconds is good. Okay. So
strain
spotlight today.
So exciting. Okay. So the strain spotlight today. The cool thing is that it is two strains together. There's no name for it because
present.
Okay, sorry. There's no strain name for it because it's just something somebody came up with. So this is lemon skunk crossed with ghost OG.
So there isn't a name. So what you're showing is lemon skunk, right? And then these, and this is going to be our shout out too later on, right? So the people who have created this strain, they took the lemon skunk, which is what you have, and they crossed it with ghost OG.
With ghost OG, which is this one.
Getting better at this.
Yeah, I'm getting really good at this.
You are.
Ghost OG.
Okay.
There it is, right? So the cool thing is that this is the dabs we're doing.
Yeah.
So you can totally tell the difference in the strains. Like the lemon skunk does one thing, the ghost OG does another thing, and it's real. I guess it's my point.
So these let's do our shout out right now since they created it, right?
Sure.
So let's move a little bit. Here's our shout out.
Wait, hang on. There we go. Shout out.
All right. So
Booyah!
we're shouting out to who?
To these people.
Fala Farms in Connecticut.
And that's really all it is. They're a new
farm, and they decided to take lemon skunk and cross that with ghost OG. And here is what we can tell you about their crossing is that we have found that the lemon skunk, the anxiety lessening and the ability to handle stress, and it's almost focus, but it's not quite focus.
Correct.
I don't know how to explain it. I guess maybe it's
energetic.
I would say goal oriented. Like it
Okay.
allows you to be goal oriented without being like off in la la land, if that makes sense. But also they cross it with the Ghost OG. And here's the thing is that the Ghost OG is really, really good for pain. And
Ooh, we're moving fast, folks.
Yeah, you're doing a good job though.
Yeah, right?
I know.
All right, butt. So the Ghost OG
is good for pain.
Is good for pain. The cool thing about Ghost OG is that it does all of the pain stuff. It relaxes you. I mean, I don't know about sleepy because the lemon skunk really stops the sleepy.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that is the drawback of the and the hungry too. The drawback of the pains ones is that they often leave you feeling sleepy and hungry, and
with dry mouth or dry eyes.
Yep. And what I liked about crossing it with the lemon skunk is that first of all, the dry mouth and the dry eyes thing is much better than it would have been.
Yep.
And I don't feel sleepy.
Right.
So I guess we're saying Fala Farms, good choice of matching. We approve of your
Yes. You get the Weedley stamp. Boom.
Seal of approval.
We should get one of those. That would be funny.
All right, I'll put it on the list. Weedley stamp of approval.
Weedley stamp of approval. So I think that brings us to the end. Are we done? Yeah.
So my friends, please, we'll put the stuff in the notes, but use mybud.com. We're going to keep adding more things to it. Our hope is to start adding finding some different paraphernalia or problem solvers for cannabis use and be able to offer those types of products or get you connected with those shops.
Yep.
And
there's some really cool things that are out there that would be good to like turn people onto if you don't get to go to these types of events where you see these kinds of things.
Right. And
remember that grinder that you pull the string for?
Yeah.
That was
you pulled
awesome,
a string,
right?
And it was like, and the grinder looked like the inside of my mother's
garbage disposal
meat processor or whatever, food processor, whatever. Oh, that was serious.
That was cool.
That was serious. But there's some serious, there's some serious stuff out there. Oh, what about what we found that you insert the cone. Yes. You insert the cone, you put the cannabis in the top and you spin it and the darn thing funnels itself into the pre-made and there you are.
You just
bougie.
And you just push it down and then you twist the end and there you go. You got your pre-roll all done.
And so when I pull out my pinner that I rolled really well, and we still haven't smoked. I have it. I know we can smoke afterwards, but it looks nothing like your gorgeous pre-roll that's all but anyway, lots of fun things coming. We're putting it on Mr. Weedley's blog is on there, and also if there's something, we're going to put an email thing there.
There should be a spot for you to put your email so that we can start an email list and send out newsletters and special event type things.
And there are webinars that we go to all the time that we'd love to invite people to, and other people within this community that aren't so much on YouTube yet, but we might be able to get them to be interviewed or whatnot. And we're really excited about this.
I'm excited about a lot.
Yeah, well,
I'm excited about the entourage effect. I'm excited about
you are the terpenes, and I'm just excited about
doing backflips.
The legalization of cannabis. But
I really like the plants. The plants, I'm really jonesing on that, man. So all in all, it's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what we need
Like
is
and
like,
subscribe.
subscribe, share,
Mhm.
leave a comment.
Comment.
It's all free and it helps us huge.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Tell your friends.